I want to ask you to go to Mukuru. We are building 14,000 houses in Mukuru. If you go today to Mukuru, you will not think it is a slum.
So
you will think it is in Europe.
Tunaondoa watu kwa slum. Hii Kibera slum iko hapa na zile slum ziko Nairobi. Kwanza hii ya Kibera in 10 years hakutakuwa na slum hapa. There will be no slum. Hii tutakuwa tumeibadilisha imekuwa estate.
Back to our earlier conversation about the housing levy and that question of accountability. Do you know now how much has been collected from that levy and why it is?
I know that I don't have the final figures with me here, but I know we've been collecting ever since the law was passed, and it is on average about around 60 billion shillings or thereabout, plus or minus every month.
60 billion every month?
Yes. So
60 billion shillings?
I think so. I think that's the correct number.
So in a year that would be 60 times 12. What is that? 720 billion?
720. Well, let me not, I don't know whether, no, maybe six, yeah, I think it is, sorry. I think it is about 6 billion, sorry,
yeah.
Or 6 billion. So I think every year it is somewhere between 60 and 80 billion every year.
Where is that money now?
Yo, what's up everybody? This is Elijah Gishoro. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, tap that subscribe button. But if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me. And the reason why I do these videos, the reason I sit back behind my camera here to record and do this video. So tonight we have seen the President of the Republic of Kenya conduct an interview with all the mainstream media houses in the Republic of Kenya. And he has given so many issues and many stories that you're going to dissect and talk about each one of them one by one in a series of videos that I'm going to put up to you, and also to ensure that if you missed any important part of the video, you get to catch up with it, you get to watch it, and you get to also hear from your president from within and without Kenya. So one thing the president has vouched for is the housing fund or the housing levy, and a statement that he has made towards the end of the interview is that the journalist, particularly Sam Gituku from Citizen TV, was questioning the president about the funds collected by the housing levy, and he wanted to understand if the president knew how much has been netted by the housing levy so far, which has been in operation for the last 1 year now. Not 1 year, but a couple of months, sorry, because it was operational effective July 2023. That means around 7 months now, or thereabout, 6 to 7 months. And the question was, are you aware how much money has come into the country as a housing levy? And the president said, monthly the collection is around 60 billion. But upon further questioning by Sam Gituku, he said, no, it's not 60 billion, it's around 6 billion monthly. So that is what was among the last issues he talked about. And actually what startled me is he said that Mukuru slums, you all know the famous Mukuru slums. You can't talk about slums in Kenya and fail to mention the famous Mukuru slums. And the president was like, by the way, the Mukuru slums, if you go to Mukuru slums right now, the housing project has already begun, and that Mukuru slums now resembles Europe, you guys, London. What comes to your mind when you think about Europe? London, Luxembourg, Estonia, Lithuania, Germany, France, all those countries are European countries. And the president is confident, and he has said that today Mukuru looks like France or Germany, or United Kingdom or among those countries. And we remember the president's commitment. At one point he said that he's going to convert all the slums in Kenya in the next 10 years, and he'll make all these slums look, there'll be complete eradication of slums. There will no longer be slums in Kenya. According to the president, he's going to work very hard to ensure that in Kenya we don't have slums anymore. And that's a very huge subject of debate, because slums have existed for the last 60 years in the territory of the Republic of Kenya. And not only that, if you look at even places like the US, there are people who are homeless, there are people without places to sleep, or they don't have houses. They actually stay in tents outside in the streets, but in tents. They are called the homeless. And US is the #1 top economy in the world, and there are homeless people in the US. So I'm like, what is this magic that is gonna happen that is going to ensure that here in Kenya we are going to have a scenario or situation whereby we don't have slums anymore? In fact, just the other week the president said that you're going to come to this country after 10 years and you'll realize and you'll not even recognize Kenya because of the transformation that will have happened in this country. So that is what he was saying during a diaspora conference, during a diaspora investment conference. And he was telling the people in that conference that the day you come back to this country, you guys will not even recognize this country. So guys, tell me down in the comment section, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, make sure you tap that subscribe button. I need your subscriptions to continue to grow and to continue to make this content. And guys, I don't know if a president is over ambitious, or as Kenyans we are also undermining his ability to maybe achieve his manifesto. Because for most Kenyans, if you talk to them about all these stories, all these aspirations of the president, they think they're just aspirations, they're just things he's mentioning, they're just words he's uttering just to secure a second term as a president. But for him, he seems so committed. He seems very, very, very much in touch with what he's saying, and so confident with what he's saying that he doesn't even blink when he's saying it live on camera. You know, when he's saying these words, when he is declaring, affirming, you know, that we'll eradicate slums, we are going to change the story. Mukuru slums will look like Europe, looks like Europe, you know. This kind of accusations, and many people have argued the economy is on its deathbed and things like that. But the president, she's saying the economy is okay, Kenya is out of debt distress, and there are even some African countries which are already currently in debt distress, and that is the worst thing that can ever happen to a country, you know, because you stand to be auctioned by other countries, and so many other negative consequences that come out of that. But the president has assured Kenyans that Kenya is away from that, and the housing levy is well managed, and it is for the good of Kenyans. And I don't know, guys, what's your take about this whole story? Do you think slums, it's possible to eradicate slums? Because even if you give me a good house right now, the government is not giving houses for free. I think we need to understand that the government is providing affordable housing such that you're able to save up and get a house, but you also need to maintain that house. You need to pay for water, you need to pay for electricity, you need to pay for garbage, you need to pay for maybe internet. You see, all these costs demand that you have an income to sustain yourself even in that good house. And what I've seen in the past is we even had such a project in Kibera during Mwai Kibaki's era, and people even reluctant to move from the slums to enter these houses because they were like, we can't manage the cost of sustaining that house. And so a lot of it comes, a lot of issues comes with implementing such a mega project. It's not easy, and it requires a lot of public participation, goodwill, and even the ability of those people to make an income, because ultimately you will maintain that house with an income. If you don't have a stable income, if you don't have a good income, you'll still give up on that house anyway, and you'll go back to the slums where you it's cheaper. Remember, most people in the slums, they have free water, they have free electricity, you know, they don't have to pay for garbage, they just throw away the garbage, you know, and the rent there is like 300, 500 shillings, you know, and that's it, you know, that's how they are able to afford these houses. You know, some of them don't even pay the house rent. They have built places, quarters and things like that, near riverbeds, near swamps, near places. You get it? So that is why I'm insisting that this is a good project, but it requires a holistic approach to it, to ensure that eventually people will sustain themselves in these houses. I will see you. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. This has been your guy, Elijah Gishuru. See you in the next one.